insurance, Cruz said, when the air conditioning was going. He took a wallet out of his breast pocket and handed it over. Inside were £100, €50, $50, an American passport, a New York State driver's license, 2 credit cards, a building security card with a magnetic strip, and a variety of wallet detritus. The whole lot, except for the passport and currency, had been taken from the home of the real John Lamb by his building superintendent, who was a crook. Since the credit cards would never be used, no one would be the wiser. The passport had been more complicated, but not too. A stand-in had applied by mail, submitting a photograph of Cohn, and when it came to Lamb's apartment, it had been stolen from the mailbox. As long as the real Lamb didn't apply for another one, they were good. Cruz took out the currency and handed it back to Cohn, tucked the wallet under the car seat, and handed over another one, thick with cash. William Joseph Wakefield, Billy Joe. Everything's real except the picture on the driver's license. Don't use the credit cards unless it's an emergency. Billy Joe. Cohn thumbed through the cash. $2,000. 3 nights at a decent hotel. We're not staying at a decent hotel, Cruz said. She reached into the back seat, picked up a baseball cap with a Minnesota Twins logo, and said, "Put this on and pull it down over your eyes." He did, and with his careful British suit, it made him look a bit foolish. She wouldn't have given it to him without a reason, so he put it on and asked, "Where are we set up?" She backed carefully out of the parking space and turned for the exit. "At the hotel in Hudson, Wisconsin, just across the state line from here. 30 miles, $220 a night for 2 rooms for you, adjoining, which is twice as much as they're worth, but with the convention in town, you get what you can. I'm upstairs and on the other side of the motel." "Where are the boys?" "Jesse's across the street at the Windmill. Tate is at the Cross Motel. Jack is at a mom-and-pop called Wakefield Inn, all in Hudson, all within easy walking distance from the hometel." Multiple nearby rooms in different hotels made it easier to get together, and also easier to find an emergency hideout if the cops made one or another of them. They could be off the street in minutes, in a motel where they'd never been seen by the management. Standard operating procedure, worked out and talked over in prisons across the country. Cohn nodded and said, "Okay." "I almost went home when you invited Jack back in," Cruz said, threading her way through the concrete pillars of the parking ramp. "Better to have him inside the tent pissing out than outside the tent pissing in," Cohn said. "I don't know what that means," she said. "It means that when he gets picked up, and I do mean when, it's only a matter of time, he'll try to cut a deal," Cohn said. "We're one of the things he's got. I need to talk to him." "He'd cut a deal whatever we do." "No, not really. I've thought on that," he said in an accent that spoke of the deep southern part of Yorkshire. "There are circumstances in which he would not cut a deal, no matter what the coppers might have offered to him." "You've got to lose that bullshit British syntax right now," Cruz said. "You're Billy Joe Wakefield from Birmingham, Alabama. You need khakis and golf shirts." "Give me 2 minutes listening to country music," Cohn said. "That'll get her done." "Anyway, about Jack." "Let it go," he said. "I'll take care of Jack." "Okay," she said. "Put your sunglasses on." At 7 o'clock, the sky was still bright. Cohn took a pair of wraparound sunglasses from his jacket pocket and slipped them on. At the pay booth, Cruz dropped the window and handed $10 to a Somali woman in a shawl. Cruz got the change from the 10 and a receipt, rolled the window back up, pulled away from the booth, and handed the receipt to Cohn. "Check it out," she said. He looked at the receipt, said, "Huh, the tag number's on it." "There's a scanning camera at the entrance," Cruz said. "I'm wondering if it might digitize faces at the same time that it picks up the license plates, hook them together, then run them through a facial recognition program." "Would that be a problem?" "Not as long as somebody doesn't put your face in the car with your face in the FBI files," she said. "That's not a question with me, of course."